indeed. Welcome back, everybody, to a great episode. Well, should be great. Guest is great. We may mess it up. I'm not sure. But welcome to another episode of Tackle and Tacos, a fishing podcast. This is one that we've been trying to line up for quite some time. More than just the fact that this dude who we have on is like a ultra hammer. He's on a heater, like he's on a run. Just an incredible fisherman, fishes his way, but more than that, maybe I just love his whole vibe. He seems so sincere. His videos really translate well, like where he just feels like a normal human being who cares about fishing, sure, but cares about his family, just cares about life, treats people like people. And I just can't wait to interview him. So we're really excited to have Justin Hamner, which is crazy. Current Bassmaster Classic champion. Wire-to-wire champion all 3 days. Just ran right through him, boy. And that should be really exciting to talk to him about like sweet tea and tacos, and maybe we'll talk about fishing at some point.
Maybe.
How are you, Lola?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you might have got me sick, but I'm trying to pretend like I'm not sick.
I know. I'm like, how are you feeling? He's like, I'm really good.
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
like, are you? Are
Yeah.
you really good?
What do you think about this, Nate? I have this real, like, I suck at it. I really suck at it, but I have this very like core belief that like not just what the Bible says, although I do believe in the Bible and what it says, there's power of life and death in the tongue, but I very much believe in this idea that like the things we say, like even out of our own mouth, has an effect on like how we are and how we feel.
Right.
So like if I sneeze and then I start going, oh, I'm so sick. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick. Oh man. Like I'll probably end up sick because I'm like talking myself into it. Is that some nonsense stuff, or what do you think, Nate?
This may sound a little strange, but I 1000% agree with you. Absolutely. I'm absolutely the same way. If I sneeze or cough, or I even feel like sore throat coming on, I'm just fine. It'll go away. I'll be
pass.
good I'll be good in a couple hours. Sometimes it doesn't take a couple hours, sometimes it takes a few days, but I definitely think it's a mind over matter thing.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that you are sick, but if you say you're sick, you feel sicker, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
totally.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
Yeah, you're
then the
just
day
giving
just
up.
drags.
Yeah, you're like letting it beat you up. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like the same thing like in football. I don't know if I've ever told this story, but like old school like coaches, they're always like, oh, walk it off, and a lot of that actually works, because if you like get a stinger or if you pull a muscle, you walk it off. Kind of like if you lay there in the ground or on the ground is in like defeat, you know what I mean? Like you sort of feel actually defeated. You know what I'm saying? Really funny, fast story. I can't remember when it was, junior year maybe. High school, sophomore year. So this is like 1909 or something. It's a ways back. We were in baseball practice, and my homie Matt, his older brother Nick, who got signed to the Cardinals baseball, like not their team, like their farm system, out of high school directly, because he could throw like right at 100 in high school, which is bananas. He was pitching for us for batting practice, but he kept on like firing like hard, like just to mess with us. And this one dude fouled one off the top of his foot, like it hits the bat and it's on top of you because it's coming so quick. And he's like, oh, my foot. And he falls on the ground. He's holding his leg up, and coach is very old school. Like this is like the same coach who, like, if you complained, he'd call you tampon or like whatever, like old school. And so he's like, walk it off. And the guy's like, I don't know, I can't. It really hurts. He's like, walk it off. That's what you do. You're a baseball player, blah, blah, blah. So he tries to walk it off, and he keeps like, I think he might have ended up finishing the practice. Anyway, parents took him to the doctor, and he basically like exploded the top of his foot. Like it was broken in like multiple digit places, like 10, 11 spots. And he was like, walk it off. And so he tried. And then this dude's walking around with like a banana foot. You know what I'm saying? Just so crazy. But anywho, let's get after it. Who are our sponsors, Nate? I think we have some. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about socials, and then let's get cracking.
Yeah, we definitely got a couple, and we're happy for every single one of them. Presenting sponsor, Grizzly Coolers. Thank you, all things Grizzly. And of course, like we say all the time, grizzlycoolers.com. Yep. Code WCB for 15% off. So get on there, get you some dope drinkware. Hats.
Got to hear the drink. We got to hear it. We're an ASMR channel all of a sudden. Yikes.
Right. they got it. They got it all. So yeah, like I said, Grizzly Coolers. Of course, Giltech and Hook and Arrow Supply, where you can get all the dope swim jigs, terminal tackle, really just tons of amazing, well thought out product,
Yeah.
swim bait. He's really doing it all right now.
Yeah.
We've kind of got off the finesse jig game. We haven't really brought
I never stay on the finesse jig game, and every time I throw it, I catch fish on it.
Yeah.
What kind of nonsense is that? Every time I throw it, I catch fish, and I never throw it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
check out the Giltech finesse jig. Tons of dope colors, amazingly designed products, well thought out, like we said. Of course, Leupold Optics and their performance eyewear team. Binoculars, can't really see them over here. I got some binoculars. I can't really reach them, but of course, everybody knows Leupold and all the awesome things they got: scopes, rangefinders, and of
sunglasses
course,
are
amazing sunglasses. Yeah, that absolutely underrated. So
Yeah.
check those out. And thank you to the boys at Working Class Bowhunter for allowing us to be a part of the Working Class Bowhunter Podcast Network.
Yeah,
God, that's always a mouthful.
It is too. You did it well though. It was nice. Yeah,
It was real
we appreciate that. Yeah, and let's get it on. Let's bring Justin in, man.
Word up. Okay, so before we do, social media website, go.
Tackle and Tacos, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Website
is tackleandtacos.com.
Boom.
It sounded like I said tackle and tackles.
Tackle and tackles.
Tackle and tackles.
Yeah.
It's actually tackle and tacos.
Tacos.
Go buy up our merch, right? How much longer are we having?
I mean, we're running it till we run out of it, which by this point, by the time we launch this episode, it could be gone.
Okay, so
we have new stuff coming in.
Just go buy our stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do, if we're going to launch the new stuff as soon as we get it or wait until spring, which is more of like a fishy time. Like I know like people like Hamner or whatever, they're like ready to rip right now. But in Wisconsin, it's like today, I think the high was 6 or something. So
get out on the ice,
I guess. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So real quick. So Justin Hamner, so excited to have him on Bassmaster. So total tournaments with BASS 49, 49 times in the money, 39. That's nonsense. Like that's crazy. 2 classic appearances. Obviously he won the classic. He has 1 third place finish, 9 top 10s, 15 top 20s. The dude is a super stick. And like I said, I just maybe more than all that stuff, as impressive as it is, I just like his vibe. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are so honored, excited, to bring in Justin Hamner. Let's go.
What's happening?
Hey,
how y'all doing tonight?
Dude, we're doing great, brother. How are you doing in Alabama?
Oh, good. When you just talked about that, whatever 4 or 6 degrees y'all got going on.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
You guys got snow, didn't you?
Yeah, y'all got snow.
Yeah, we did. It all melted like that evening.
But you had it.
That snow came down out of the clouds, just so confused. Like, where am I right now?
What is this?
Yeah. What'd your kiddo think of that? Well, I know you have 2, but with the bigger one.
Yeah, well, we took both of them out.
Yeah.
That's why my son's just turned a month old, but my daughter, she's 5, so it was like prime time. But the problem is it started raining, and it just kind of made everything slushy, and she was like down there trying to do the snow angel, and it was just like just pouring and hitting her in the face,
just mushing around.
What a trooper!
Yeah, good for her though, man. I like that she was like, "I'm doing this. I don't get this opportunity in Alabama too often. I'm doing it. That's dope, dude.
So cute.
Feel her hands. It was good though.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you guys? I mean, so here's a stupid question: do you guys even have like clothing for that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, it definitely gets cold. Like but it's just like a day, maybe 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what's cold?
Yeah.
What's cold to you?
Like if it doesn't get above freezing, and then like in the teens at night, that's about it.
That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah. When I think of Alabama, I think of 55. Yeah, that sounds awesome. When today it was like 5 here. Yeah, so it's a little different for sure. Well, anywho, so Justin, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. We are so excited you were able to make this work, and we're fans of yours. We're excited to see what you do this year off of the tear you went on last year, winning the classic, in it for Angler of the Year up until the very end. I mean, goodness gracious. And I want to get into all that, but I think more than anything, to start, I really like hearing from people that I kind of like look up to as an angler. I like hearing what your start was. Where did you get bit by the bug of fishing? And walk us through a bit of that, if you would.
I don't know when it was. I just know I've always had it kind of
Mm-hmm.
deal. But there's like that one particular moment like that I'll never forget was we're fishing. It was like me and my dad. I was 7 years old. Lake Tuscaloosa, dragging a stupid Carolina rig.
I
Like
hate the Carolina rig.
I hate Carolina rig. That's all my
Yank,
dad
man.
wanted to do. It didn't matter what time of year, where we were fishing, we were dragging a Carolina rig.
Ugh.
But I remember that's when I caught like my first one by myself. He didn't have to help me or just give me the rod and let me reel it in kind of deal. So that was my first bass by myself. And I mean, growing up in high school, even middle school, I mean, I think it was like fifth grade or something. I'm writing reports on Jay Ellis. Like that's my role model. Like
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
kind of
that's so
weirdo kid.
sweet.
Yeah. No, JL's is
Love
awesome.
it.
Yeah, I love JL's.
I know. But even like going through high school, I didn't play sports. I just fished.
Mm.
I don't know. Me and my best friend, like his mom would pick us up from school, and every day we'd go back to his house, and he lived like on the lake and had a little aluminum boat with just a trolling motor on it. So every
Mhm.
night we'd have to charge that battery and then carry that battery, put it in there, and just I'm talking about we knew every stick like in his little creek. It's
Oh
like
my gosh.
Heck yeah.
we fished it so
Yeah, that's
much.
awesome.
Was it good
But
fishing in that creek in that little area?
no, that
No.
lake is terrible.
So quick. No. No.
No.
No.
Lake Tuscaloosa is I still haven't been to anywhere in the country that even comes close to as bad as that place is.
Wow. Dang. Just
But the
putting it on
memories.
blast. Yeah, but in that age, it was formative.
Oh yeah, I still fish it all the time now.
Yeah.
But like you catch 11 pounds, you're probably cheated. At least that's what everybody else says.
That's awesome. That's
It's
dope.
terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just I don't know. It's been something my whole life. It's just
Yeah.
been it's all I ever cared about. I mean, even like after high school, I mean, yeah, I didn't go to college. I had to go to work, and it was like I got a job with the university, and I was so excited about it because I was like, okay, I can actually get time off and still get paid like the way they do their overtime. You can
Mm.
like roll it into days off. So it was like I was able to build those up and planning to fish the opens and stuff like that. So I mean, everything was just always geared towards,
Yeah.
you know, moving on to the next level.
Yeah. When did the light bulb click for you on two spots? One was tournament fishing. And then two is when did tournament fishing turn into like, dude, I think I can actually do this?
Mm. I mean, me and my dad fished like club tournament kind of stuff.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I got a trophy, a picture of like the trophy was taller than me, kind
Oh,
of
that's
deal.
awesome.
I mean, you know, just that kind of stuff. But it was really probably high school because I'm
Okay.
like me and my best friend that that had the aluminum boat, Jimbo, of course, from Alabama. It's got to be Jimbo, Jim Bob, or something.
Yeah, of course.
It, I'm sorry, I'm so ADD, but I've got to just bring this up, Lola. I have no idea the difference of when you said tackle and tacos or whatever. It all just like that Wisconsin was showing.
Oh, we're about to go on the horse. Oh, his shirt's
Yeah,
blue.
you
Look at
know.
that. Oh boy, go fish
Yeah.
down in La Crosse this year. I tell you, we'll get on the river, catch some smallies.
Every once in a while, the Scotty accent will come out a little bit.
You should hear my family from Green Bay, dude. It's like a different language. They're like
Oh,
worse than Gussie, and he's from dang Canada. So,
yeah, it's terrible. Like I don't even have an accent, and so it's
oh,
so weird to hear everybody else.
that's how it is. Okay. Oh yeah. However you
Yeah,
want to spin it. Yeah, that's fine.
I
Okay.
don't have any accent.
No. So you and Jimbo out in the aluminum boat. So did he? So when you were in high school, did they have high school teams or no?
No.
No. Okay.
We
I didn't
tried.
think
I
so.
was gonna ask that too.
Yeah, we tried to like make that at my school, and like there was like 6 or 7 of us, but it wasn't like a sanctioned thing or like
Oh,
do it.
sure.
We'd like go we'd go to like a private pond in a neighborhood that you could only use trolling motors.
Yeah.
So of course me and Jimbo had our little aluminum boat and we
Mopped
wore
them up.
out. It
Mopped
was
them
so
up.
good.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
Till they
awesome.
ran us out of there.
So did you start like winning some derbies, or what made you think? Because I mean, you said, you know, when you started working at the university, like I'm gonna fish opens, but I mean, for most folks, opens is like holy crap, you know. So how did you get to that point where you were ready to hang with the big dogs?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I fished I some weeks 4 tournaments a week, like
Wow.
from night tournaments to I mean, I remember fishing, it'd be like Tuesday night, Thursday night, Saturday morning, and then Saturday night, a separate tournament.
Wow.
Like, dude, I was just obsessed. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's getting
I mean,
after it.
I
Yeah.
did really good on all that. But probably the biggest thing, I'd skip right over it, but the junior Bassmasters was like the deal back in the day
Mhm.
before all the high school stuff. And I won the junior state championship like 3 years in a row.
Oh
Holy
my
crap.
gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, so they sent us to the junior like championship that like Bassmaster, and we actually got to fish that with like one of the elite pros of the time.
Whoa.
So like I was paired with like Bill Lowen and
Whoa.
James Nigmeyer and Ron Sheffield.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
so that really like, that was that like 14 to 16 year range. So that was like okay, I wanna do that.
Yeah. That's dope.
No,
Yeah. Did you learn anything from Dollar Bill?
yeah, he was the one that probably taught me the most, honestly.
That's
He
cool.
was like it was and I actually it was really cool when I went back, like, after I made the elites, I went to him and, like, "I know you don't remember me," but then I started telling him about it, and he was like, "Crap, I'm old," you know? I expected something different,
Uh,
but no, I loved him, but
he,
yeah,
he,
he taught me about, like, the transitionals, like, we were fishing bluff walls and, like, how the transition of the banks, whatever,
Mhm.
it was like every time we come up on one of those, it'd be a bite,
Hmm.
so it's
That's
pretty
sweet.
cool.
Yeah. That's really cool.
you guys flip a tube, you and old Dollar Bill?
Nope. To this day,
Man.
I don't know if I've ever caught more than 5 fish on a tube. I hate a
Wow.
tube. Dude,
Really?
I hate
Uh,
it. It looks
no tubes, no
stupid, it is
Carolina
stupid.
rigs.
Yeah, so you definitely
Yeah,
aren't throwing a
So
tube on a
passionate.
Carolina rig. You're not tubing a Carolina. That's like hell on hell for you.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't bring up tubes or Carolina rigs.
Yeah, man.
Although
We
Never again.
into Carolina rigs nowadays, but
I won't say it. I hate Carolina rigs for what it's worth. Nate and I fished a derby a couple years ago, and our buddy fishes it with his son, who is what is Easton now, 17? And he was throwing the Carolina rig, and I'm like, Easton, you're not old enough for that. You ain't old enough to throw the C rig. You need to be like 50 and just giving up. You know, like stop,
yeah, and you
stop
have to
slinging
be a
that thing.
chain smoker.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly right, dude. Thank God. We're on the same page now. Now I like him
funny.
even more than I already did. That's exactly right, dude. Yeah, for sure. So let's talk a little bit, if you're cool, before we get to the classic and some of that stuff. You cool to talk family stuff?
Dude, anything.
Dope.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys just had a baby.
I know.
He said, I know.
Tell us about your
I was
family.
there. My wife told me about her having it.
What a good lady.
Yeah. No, it's so weird how different they are. Like our first one, that's my girl. Like that's
Yeah.
my girl. And it's crazy how close we are. And then now having him, it's been like she was the center of the universe in her mind,
Yeah.
because she was the only child on my family side or her family side. So she's like
Yep.
the only grandbaby, and it's like she got all the attention. Now there's
Yep.
somebody else.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
She ain't about that. But yeah,
Were you nervous? Were you nervous since she was your whole world, like to have another baby, or?
A little bit, but I was more nervous just about the whole. Let's be honest, that first year sucks. Y'all
It's
can say what
hard.
you want. That
It's
first
hard.
year,
It is tough.
No, it's hard.
It's really
Yeah.
tough.
yeah. But this one has been. I don't know. If she can hear me or not, but it's complete opposite.
Really?
Like he just chill, just lay back, like don't cry.
Oh,
Already
Yeah.
sleeping like 5 hours at the night, like
oh my
insane.
gosh.
Yeah,
That's so
awesome.
good.
Heck
She had
yeah.
like colic, the whole deal that it
Oh.
just was nonstop.
Yeah.
So
Oh, colic is no joke.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yikes.
colic is. I'm scared to even say that word.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were.
Seriously.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were scared to even say how
You're like,
good
I'm
he
not
is, because you don't want to
speaking that
like,
into
you don't want to like
existence.
jinx it for sure. But
It was rough. That
Yeah.
and that was when I was going through the opens, and I ain't gonna lie, that was a rough couple
There
years.
was a lot happening.
that is a lot. Yeah.
We've had
for
times
sure.
like that where it's like
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We Lola and I have 6 kids, and so it's always
Jeez,
it's always some kind of crazy
you
something.
have time for a podcast?
Yeah, we just drug them up with what's that melatonin?
Melatonins.
We shoot
Yeah.
them with melatonin like blow darts, and then
I
we
love
come out
that
here and
stuff.
record. Yeah, melatonin's the jam.
Vinny just texted me and said he's home from the basketball game.
Okay, see, there's one of
But
them.
see,
So that's
we
a
have
sixth
a
of the way there.
range. It's like the oldest is 15, the youngest is 3. So we have some.
Okay.
It's not all little.
Yeah.
But
And Lola wants to have more, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not anti. I'm not sure, but
Dude,
Gus needs a little buddy.
yeah, maybe. And we have a bulldog who
Oh.
weighs 700 pounds. So like, we always got something going on. We're always dealing with some kind of family,
I'm still
child,
intrigued,
dog.
like, is it not hard, like, once you're outnumbered? Like, they can take y'all now.
Oh, they
They're
definitely could.
They
sick.
do. They have come up with a song like early on. It's called "Are You Ready?" And they each say "Are you ready?" And they all say it. And they say "Let's go." And then they say "Can we go to the trampoline park?" or whatever plan they have come up with.
They scheme on us.
They scheme.
Yeah, it's really funny, and it's hard to say no because,
It
like you
is.
said, there's too many of them. But I make it real obvious. Like I make it known that I can still carry. So like, if,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, they got their-
hey. Don't
get out
make
of
this start
hand.
talking. Yeah, don't get too wild here.
But when there are so many of them, they love each other and hang, and it's actually
Yeah, they kind of have like their
probably
own little. They
easier
have like
for
their
us.
own little like crews within the 6, where like one will hang out with this one, then they'll move, and then this one will go do that one, and somebody will be like, "Does anybody want a bike?" And somebody else is like, "No," but somebody's like, "Yes." So it's kind of like,
That's good.
yeah, it's like an organized Lord of the Flies. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
As long as
Are
it
you gonna
doesn't
have
get
more?
into like the 100. No.
Oh, y'all are done at 2.
We wrap that up.
2 when you're through.
Get
We
2
wrap
when
that
we're through.
That's it.
Attaboy, that's how I did it. I
Yeah.
got 2
Yeah.
myself, and two
There you go.
was good, but yeah.
I'm
it's
not getting outnumbered.
right, yeah. either your kids big daddy's boys or girls. Like I remember when my daughter was born, like from day one, like it was always me and her. Like she'd always want to be in my arms, sitting with me, laying with me, napping with me, everything. And then as soon as my son was born, he didn't want to have a single thing to do with me for like 6 or 8 months. Like it was a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, same exact way.
Oh,
Same
wow.
exact way. And I don't know.
It's wild.
It is so weird, but yeah, it's been fun for me. I'll just be honest, because me and her have so much fun together.
Oh
And
yeah.
now
Yep.
too, like since she's not getting the mama's attention, I can concentrate
Focus on that. Yeah.
And yeah, so we've had fun.
Heck yeah.
We've been like ice skating and just like
Oh.
freaking riding. Yesterday we were riding scooters through the park. How about broke that thing?
That's awesome.
Good.
Heck yeah, dude. I love that for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you
Yeah,
guys
we're
want to
having-
talk? You guys want to talk classic? Should we talk tacos? Where do we go next? I don't want to like skip anything, but there's like so many things I want to get to, but I don't want this to be like a,
I don't know. Why don't we ask the
4
man?
hours long? What do you want to talk about? Classic or tacos, Justin?
Dude, I'm down for anything. Let's talk tacos.
That's
Attaboy.
right. That's what
Attaboy.
I thought.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got some good spots in Alabama you go to for tacos? You got any local like go-to spots?
We got Taco Casa, but it's just like a fast food, the most American taco you've ever seen.
But are they good?
They're good. They're good.
There's nothing wrong with that, boy.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing special. I mean, you get chicken or beef.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but they do have their version of an enchilada. So it's like the corn tortilla with, either beef or chicken, but then it's in, we call it liquid gold. It's some kind of cheese sauce.
Yeah.
It's sitting in a bowl of it. So it's like the nacho cheese kind of, but it doesn't taste like nacho cheese, but it's like, I don't know.
That
sounds
dope.
good.
I could get down with that. I could get down with that.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. I promise you.
The other day we had John Cox and Keith Carson on, and we were talking to them about tacos, and John was like, well, if I go to Taco Bell, and I'm like, thank you for not trying to act all polished and talk to some authentic Mexican restaurant, which is fine too, but like, you're a real human. You go to Taco Bell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John's as real as it gets.
He really is too. Golly, what a funny dude. We were crying like the whole episode. But like that was like right away. He had no shame. He's like, Taco Bell, I get like whatever. Do you guys have in Alabama, do y'all have Taco John's there, Justin?
No.
Have you had Taco John's before?
I haven't even seen that one.
Okay, so it's like
that's so bizarre to me. I thought it was just a thing.
Yeah. When I used to live in Atlanta, there's Chick-fil-A's on every corner down there, and then you move back to the Midwest, and people are like, "What's Chick-fil-A?" And you're like, "What the heck?" And now it's sort of like flipped. So Taco John's is like Taco Bell. It's a little bit more like quality food than Taco Bell, which doesn't take a lot. I don't think.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. I think the tacos are a little more like legit.
They actually cook it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not dog food. You know what I'm saying?
God.
And I like Taco Bell, but like I know what I'm eating is not really like God's plan for my life ever. You know what I'm saying? But like I still go for it. But anywho, at Taco John's, their claim to fame, Justin, is they have these things called potato olays, and they're like little what's the word?
Circle hash browns.
Little circle hash browns with like pretty salty, like seasoned salt or something. And then they come with like nacho cheese that you just dunk them in.
It's real good.
Dude, they're so dope. When y'all come up here for the lacrosse derby, you got to try it. They're all over like in that area.
But see, I would get a Crunch Wrap Supreme from Taco Bell, and then I'd go over and get some Olays from Taco John's.
Yeah, that is their claim to fame, the Olays.
I need a little bit of both.
Yeah, for sure.
In case you guys were wondering.
Yeah. Do you cook? Does your wife cook? Or do you guys make tacos at home?
Yeah. So my wife's actually like half Mexican.
Oh, dope.
Nice.
But she just didn't carry that gene.
Oh, shoot. She just didn't.
Can she hear you right now? Like, is she somewhere shaking
I don't
her head?
know.
She's like, I just had your baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I love that woman, but
yeah.
Look, if she's like making chicken, you better have a gallon of water.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna
be a little.
Some water, some Milos. Yeah, like what is that? National Lampoon's Christmas, where they're like.
I'd rather have it like that than have it be not cooked.
I guess, but
so I mean, I applaud her. Good job for cooking, Mama.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wink.
Yeah.
Best.
So
so we do get to go to her whenever we go to like a lot of her family lives in LA. So we'll go over there, and when they cook, it's going down.
Yeah, it's on.
I don't even know what a gordita is, but I know it's good.
Oh my God, eat it, though. Yes.
Yeah, authentic Mexican. There's something about it, man. There's something about it. It's so good, and you can just go through it.
It's different.
It is.
And it goes right through you too.
It does.
That's exactly right.
You are not wrong. Yeah.
So are you a hot sauce guy, Justin? You like hot sauce, or are you kind of a more mild guy?
No, I'm mild.
No,
can't handle it.
Yeah,
I'm a sissy.
Doesn't really make you a sissy though. Like for a long time, I had this stupid mindset that like if you like super like high level spicy, that was like more manly. And then nobody said anything, but I just had this sort of like realization, like that's the dumbest crap in the world. You're not more of a man because you can eat something spicy. That's a stupid like measurement of manhood. Like there's other things that I
got
think
other
you could.
measure.
Yeah, there's other things you could try and stand on. I'm like, this is it. The hot sauce ain't it. That's not the juice. That's not the ticket. But
you got my joke.
I did too. Yeah, no. There's different measurements. So we'll just keep it moving. We'll keep it PG. You know what I'm saying? Did you just cover your ears? You have headphones on. That ain't going.
Yeah, I was wondering what.
That's not
going.
That's gonna bring it in louder. That's gonna amplify the penile jokes.
Did y'all have 6 kids?
Yeah. She knows. You know. Anywho, we have gone off the rails. And I love it.
This is right where we need to be. This is
right.
Yeah, I'm not forcing anything.
It's the lane for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk classic, man. Number one for the 12 millionth person to tell you, congratulations. I mean, holy crap, dude. The Bassmaster Classic. The Bassmaster Classic, dude. My God. I mean, even like being just fishing in it, you know what I'm saying? And number two, I want to say this to you. So your first video you put out on YouTube, and if you're just hearing this, if you're not watching on the YouTube side right now, we have like a little scrolling thing, ticker going by with his links. Make sure you check out his YouTube. If you're just listening, it's at Justin Hamner Fishing. But your first video you put out on YouTube, like, did you hire Steven Spielberg to do that? Like, holy heck. It's so good, dude. And it's long and it's like cinematic and the music is picked flawlessly and like, holy, can you shout out who made that? Good Lord, it's good.
He's been a freaking lifesaver. So there's a whole story to that. That's just,
yeah, I'm sure.
It's first of all, it's Austin Sherwood.
Okay.
And he's like, he was a photographer and we just like immediately hit it off. And so right before that was the fork tournament. Lake Fork, whatever, and I did good in that one. Actually had a little bit of money. I'm like, hey, I just called him up, just being dumb. Like, hey, can you do like video, like videography? I'm about to win the classic. Can you come film it? He's like, okay, yeah, sure. So he's like, whatever. And he's never even done like the videos. He makes like the little clips, reels and stuff, but he's never actually made like a full video.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah. Dude's just good at that stuff.
Really good. Like it was so good. Like because sometimes when you see somebody doing a video like that, it's almost like it's like the first time you meet like a pretty girl and you're like trying too hard and it's pretty obvious you're trying too hard. Do you know? I like when you watch some videos, it's like there's too much slow-mo or the slow-mo is too slow or the music is too, and like this dude walked a fine line of having it like move you like emotionally, but it wasn't too much. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like it just made sense like as you're watching it. And the fact that it was like 2 hours long and it was such a good blend of using like audio and clips from BASS stuff mixed in with the stuff he shot. And like, it was really freaking good. Like really good. Yeah.
He for one, he just gets me. Like he understands my whole story in life and like me and him are just so close now.
Yeah.
So and he knew that's what he wanted to. He's like, dude, if nothing else, yeah, you won the class, but I want you to get out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm just dumb, goofy kid from Alabama, but apparently it can relate to somebody. So
yeah. Had you done much like talking on film or doing like the interview style, like talking heads before that?
I mean, really? I've done it, but not like, no. Yeah.
Huh. No. Yeah, you were really good at it. You're very normal. Well, that was but that's the thing though. Not everybody does that though. Like not everybody, when you say to Lola, like, hey, tell us about, your 6 kids and they talk, it's fine. Then you put a camera on Lola and you say, tell us about your 6 kids. And she's like, well, Vinny is 11 years old and Kennedy's 15. They get weird. And like, and you didn't do that. You just had this very same kind of like, yep, let's just have a conversation. And I don't know. It was really good. But also as we're talking about the video, you said something in the Bassmaster excuse me, classic video about if you spoke like Lee Livesey, people would be like afraid of you. So do you have a Lee Livesey impersonation you can break us off with?
Oh my gosh, I have to get like COVID to even be able to
I mean, I could do it because I'm like sick right now.
Yeah,
but,
you could do it now.
Yeah.
You got that sexy voice now.
Well, you know, but we're about to go for 7. As soon as we hang up.
That was terrible.
That was
so good.
Just called
One
him a
word.
third. Can't even make a sentence.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that promo, Justin, that the elite that BASS was running so long? I think it was when he was fishing that fork. He's like, "No way!" When he got that one on the back deck, and that was like that one audio clip. No way! Over and over, like every commercial break, dude. Well, yep, we've all heard it 347 times, but
right.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I was so bad when I caught that 11-pounder, like the biggest fish of bass, whatever, live
Ever.
and
Yeah.
I just like didn't say anything cool. If I'd have like,
Oh.
it could have been such a good clip, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, because I've never even caught a 10-pounder.
Yeah.
Like,
is that your that was your PB, right?
Oh yeah, like I still haven't caught a 10.
Yeah.
That was the first double digit. It was just nuts. As soon as I saw her come up, I was just like, what is that?
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. They're a different creature, right? When they hit double digits, they look like a different species altogether, like striped bass, smallmouth, largemouth, 10-pounders. You know, like they have that hump on their head. Their eyes are bugging out like they're getting pushed out from the inside.
It's freaky. Like, just to give a perspective on how fat it was, like, I didn't even think you had, like fork, you got to measure them 24 inches to be able to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an 11-pounder. I'm like, I ain't got to measure it. My marshal, he's like, hey, measure it. I'm like, dude, it's 11 pounds. Come on. Like, guys are bringing back 7-pounders because they were 24 inches. I measured it and it barely like went over the 24-inch. That's just how
just
big
built.
she was.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I have a slew. Okay, I have a book here, a slew of written down questions about the classic.
Very excited.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I've been wanting to talk to you forever. I've been a fan since you came up through the opens and everything, and so I've watched that video more than once. One of the things I wanted to ask you isn't really the classic so much. Just in case you want to take a gander, isn't really the classic so much. But obviously it played in the classic. Is jerk baiting your favorite way to fish, or is it just one that you're really, really good at? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Ooh, that's a good question. I've never even thought about it like that.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked that, I told Lola before, when I was in high school, I played like basketball, baseball, football. I wanted to be so good at football. I wanted to be awesome at basketball, and I was okay. And baseball, which was not my favorite sport, was the one that came the most like natural to me. And so I just thought, like, that's got to be able to happen in fishing, right? Like maybe somebody wants to be like an awesome finesse guy, but they're just a master with a jig. So I don't know, like, is that your favorite, or just something you're just stupid good at?
And maybe that's why it is your favorite.
I'm really good. Yeah, like that was my first like obsession was, and it still is, I guess. So I probably will say jerkbait, just because it's the only bait. Well, I guess until the minnow deal came out, but it was the only way to target suspended fish, and that has always been just like the unknown until now. But that's what, like, growing up, I had so much success because I was able to target suspended fish. Like, I was strictly fishing for fish nobody ever touched.
Yeah,
And it
totally.
was like
Heck yeah.
insane. And the jerkbait still is the only bait that actually sits suspended perfectly, just like a natural bait fish. Like, so in my mind, it just makes sense. Like, everything else either is flying to the bottom or stuck on top, or, now we're getting more creative with the forward facing sonar baits, but there's still nothing, just suspense there.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a jerkbait junkie, Justin, as far as like the lures themselves?
It's a problem.
Yes, dude. Me too, man. Me too, man. I'm sure you're on a whole different level than me, but me too. I can't not. When I see them, I just buy them. Like Smithwicks to like Nishane stuff to Megabass stuff to old Rapalas to, I don't know. I have some like old Sabiles where like I drilled them out and added oil to them and filled them back up with epoxy and all kinds of goof. The fly line around the treble hook to get it to weigh just right. Like there's just so many things. Use like a 110+2 really shallow on lay downs because it can deflect, and they're incredible. They're the funnest thing in the world to fish with, and they just are so. I can just look at them. It's like baseball cards when I was a little kid.
You do just look at them.
Yeah,
it's really cute.
Yeah,
dude. I carry with me 4 boxes like that are in the boat at all times, and like we're talking about like the deep ones, and they're like it ain't like a little 1 in 1 slot kind of deal. It's like,
right.
Dividers out, and like so it's just like the 4 rows, and you can't put another treble hook in them. Like it's stupid.
That's
but
dope, dude.
like some of the conversations, like me and Patrick will like whatever before the scene starts, we'll be like getting tackle ready, and we'll be up at like 3 o'clock at night, just brainstorming, and we'll be on FaceTime and like just doing some weird stuff with jerkbaits.
Okay, have you heard of the Chick-fil-A? Well, yeah. I mean, and whatever works. This is a judgment-free zone. This is
yeah. Because I mean, both of us are really like weird about tinkering with tackle and trying to get it perfected, but like just different ways to be able to use those baits. That's what I don't know.
Yeah,
I got some stuff coming. I can't freaking wait.
That's exciting. Yeah,
on jerkbaits. It's gonna be nuts.
That's exciting.
That's awesome.
So do you, when you're goofing around with them, do you have this is like something somebody told me a long time ago and I didn't know it. And I mean, how sometimes like somebody says something, it's like, oh, duh, but they were like, hey, if you're going to mess around with jerk baits, like in your tub or in like a thing of water, have different temperatures because they swim differently and sink differently, float differently in different temperature water. I assume you do that already when you goof around with them.
Yeah. Like when it gets super, super cold, that's probably the only time I'll go to like the braided split rings. Just because they'll sink in that colder water more. So that's a good little general rule of thumb, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely play with it. And I'm not I don't know. I've never been like the one for going super low on line and stuff. I know it makes a little bit of a difference, but
I
like to winch on them.
Yeah, for sure.
What is your setup for that line rod reel setup? Real quick, you probably said it 100 times, but
10.
Yeah.
So like I'm using like an 8-to-1 gear ratio. That
fast. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had any real sponsors, but that Daiwa, what is that? It's the Zillion. That new Daiwa Zillion, dude, that thing will sling it.
Yeah.
But especially like light baits. But I'll 12 is the lowest I'll go. And if I'm not like around any type of structure, I'll stick with 12. But like at Lake Fork, I was using 20-pound fluoro. But now I got my new rods coming out. I don't even know.
That's
I was
exciting.
a professional. I could probably tell you when. But they're coming soon from Halo. Yeah.
Point at the camera.
And it's actually like, so I've always been using the Halo Scott Canterbury rod, and it's actually his crankbait rod. I'm like, you're crazy. This thing's perfect for this. So, I never even thought about it. But anyways, how parabolic it is, I'm a big, big believer in that parabolic. I mean, my rod's going to have a little bit more backbone to it, but it's still one of them that like near about bends to the handle. But it's a little bit stiffer. I like using big hooks.
I was going to ask you that. Do you change out your hooks on all your jerk baits, or is that also like a kind of case by case basis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm changing them out, but depending on what's going on, which ones. But yeah,
Okay.
like especially the mega bass, dude. Those,
You don't like those out barbs?
gosh, no, because when you
Okay.
get hooked by them, you're dead.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
die.
you're not braid line popping those out of you.
Yeah, dude, that is the worst stuff. And I've had I don't know how many hooked in me.
Yeah.
There ain't a
Is
trick
a
to
jerk
getting
bait
that
the
out.
worst bait ever for hooking yourself? I feel like it is.
I think there's one that's more problematic that I started using this year a lot is that,
Okay.
who made the big spoon that has the 3 hooks, the 3 treble hook spoon,
Yep.
Dixie
Yep.
Jet,
Yep.
that thing's a problem
Okay, that
because
makes
they
sense.
will sling it, and then when
Yep.
you boat flip them a lot, it'll come off, like, in
Right
the
into you.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always, like, now because I got a hook stuck in my nose one time,
Yeesh.
like, in
Golly.
it with the
No.
10XT. Yeah, it was brutal. Where
Ouch.
but so now whenever I boat flip, I always put my hand, like, over the line. So if it comes off, like, it'll at
Smart.
least hand instead of face.
Yeah.
But I had that one, and I guess I had my hand, like, kinda closed like that, and I got one treble hook, like, at the bottom of my palm, the other one up here, like,
Oh,
right
so
below
you
my
couldn't even like
finger,
move your
so
hand?
I couldn't open it, and I'm like,
Oh
I don't even know what
gosh.
to do. You can't do a line trick or nothing. Yeah.
God.
I went over there was another guy fishing, like, one of my buddies not far, and I went over to him, like, "I need help."
He thought you were doing like a puppet thing. He's like,
Yeah,
"What's this
doing the
dude
Right.
doing?"
puppet.
Yeah.
That thing
So,
sucked.
so
But
how'd
yeah,
you get it
I've
out?
been I had to go to the doctor, and
Wow.
then so I ended up I cut it to where I could open it, but
Oh,
then I
sure.
had, one over here that didn't have anything to grab onto, so they had to, like, cut it out. But the other one that still had it, I ended up teaching the doctor the line trick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the line trick's no joke, man. If anybody's listening to this, you don't know the line trick, you could just Google like fishing lure stuck
You're like,
line
do
trick.
I have to pay for
It
this?
works, man.
To
Yeah,
the
yeah.
doctor.
Yeah, you should have gotten like a break on your bill for that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeepers.
The
Yeah.
the worst part about that is when they go to numb it, they gotta, like, put it in the same hole.
Yeah. The
Ooh,
numbing's worse than the actual like procedure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's so pain. It's like the world's worst pinch. It hurts so bad.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
put me
imagine that in
under.
your nose.
Oof, the Maya, dude. Yeah.
Gosh.
That's
Put
no
me
joke.
under.
We
Yeah.
we had a buddy we had on not too long ago, a local guy that fishes a ton around here. He took one right to the lip like
Mm-mm.
earlier this year, and it was so bad. He tried the braid trick, couldn't get it out, had to come to weigh in. He was it was our local it was the BFL regional,
BFL
and he
regional,
had the
yeah.
hook. He had the hook still in his face, stuck in his lip at the weigh in. Like he took second place for the tournament. Like the
Of course.
whole last day, he had this hook just buried in his upper lip, and he
Oh
said it
my
was the
Yeah, he
most
said it was
brutal
early in
thing.
the day, right?
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
there almost all day.
Jeez. Like,
Whoops.
I
Yeah.
just can't imagine when he tried to do the line trick, his lip
Yeah,
just
Yeah, he
and it
said it was
didn't
like
work.
pulling
Oh
his.
my god.
He said after the
Lola's
second time they
gonna
tried it,
throw up
he
over
was
there.
done.
Yeah, that's no joke. I got creative
Yeah.
one time. We'll move on, but I got creative one time. I caught one in the hand. I was using a jerk bait, little fish, got him on board, and it was like one of those big ones you caught in the classic, where it was like across its mouth, where like just
Oh, yeah.
like a what do you call that? Like a on horses, what do you call that?
Oh, I can't think of it.
Stirrup.
Bridle, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, but he
Speaking
had
of
a.
seventh child.
Now we're talking. Hey, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever fires up the fire, whatever stokes the the
Y'all
bass
are in
talk
some
stuff.
weird stuff.
Yeah, we might have to pause this episode.
Be right back.
So anywho, so I get him on board. I try to get my thumb like under like that little opening. He's like a 1 pound fish in his mouth, and he shakes, and it goes into like the crease of my hand, and there's nobody around. I'm fishing a team tournament, but I'm by myself. And I tried to text my buddies who were out there. Nobody really responded. So I ended up tying a piece of braid on the cleat on the bow of my boat and then wrapped that around. So I was like the other hand and then just like yanked on it. And it actually worked really well. It popped it right out like really quick.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, what am I tried to do to my, I tried to do it in my mouth at first, but obviously braid is slicker than snot. So when I went to pull, it just like pulled through my teeth. Like that didn't work at all.
And it just hurt.
Yeah, it did too. So then I tied it to the cleat and yanked, and it popped it right out. So there's a quick tip for anybody who's hooking themselves and doesn't have a buddy who can pop it out. But it is painful. But when you do that yank trick, it comes out so quick you almost don't even feel it.
So most of the time.
Unless it's stuck in your nose or in your whatever.
Make sure you just push it down or whatever. Don't make sure you're at that right angle.
Yeah, you got to get it. You got to get it on there right. Yeah, because you don't want to take more than one attempt if you can. Because yanking on it when it doesn't move is not a very fun experience. So the Bassmaster Classic, Justin. 1 to 10, dude. 1 to 10 going into it. Where were you feeling? I mean, I know you told your homeboy, the cinematographer guy, like, can you come film me win this? But 1 to 10, what were you feeling confidence wise going in?
10.
Really?
Dude, 10 all the way. It was the weirdest feeling. I mean,
you had like a piece about you, like, oh, I feel all right.
Like my practice was awful, and I cannot tell you why I even was still so confident. Like where I won the tournament at, I caught like a 2-pounder, and then I threw by this one like lay down, and it just came out like behind the jerkbait, and I was like, "That's a big fish." That was all I went off of. I was like, I think I can go through there, and I don't know, just felt right. But leading up to it, the whole thing, it was such a, like we said, the fork was right before that, and I don't know, just a momentum. You couldn't tell me nothing. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. It was the weirdest, I never got nervous, never got like, it was just like I was gonna win the whole time.
Like it was meant to be.
Yeah. No, I believe in that. I believe in that so much for all kinds of stuff, but especially bass tournaments. It's like the most losing sport in the world. You lose 99.9% of the time, and when it's supposed to happen, it just does, and it doesn't always make sense, but yeah, it does. There was a time in the video where you were sitting in your boat, and I couldn't tell if it was like before the launch on the second day or if it was after the weigh-in on the first day, but a couple fellers were walking behind you like on the street. And they yelled something like real, like, "Oh, Justin, you got this." And you said to the camera, "They like me. This is weird." And I thought that was such a cool, humble, honest thing. Like, was it weird to kind of be so spotlighty? Like, you're the dude leading the classic. Like,
yes.
Like, what did that feel like, man?
Weird.
Yeah.
Dude, it's still that is the thing I struggle with the most is being like people coming. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but I still don't feel like I'm that guy. Like I'm not the superstar or whatever in my head. I don't know. I just it's weird. I don't know. I guess my dad, just the way he brought me up and the humbleness.
It's the Carolina rig.
Yeah, is that stupid Carolina?
It humbled you for the rest of your life, no matter how much you accomplish.
He humbled me with that thing. He would wear me out. Yeah. But I don't know. Because it's never been about like the bragging or the, that kind of deal. It's just been freaking love to fish. Yeah. Now I'm super competitive and I want to beat your teeth in. Like, there's that side, but it's not about I don't know. So it's just weird when now people like, dude, I'll be at a gas station in, I think it was like Arkansas or Oklahoma or something. And it's like, there was a line of people. There was like 5 people waiting to get an autograph.
Wow.
Just filling up with gas. Like,
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's weird. But
yeah, I like the fact that you're saying that it's weird though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were like, yeah, people trying to sign, get me to sign, it's normal. Like you don't have that vibe at all. You have this very sort of like sincere, humble vibe.
Yeah, it's cool. Cause I mean, I remember being the kid that like said before during that junior Bassmaster stuff, going up to like Van Dam. I know it's a weird story, but in that like banquet thing, obviously that was like the time that Van Dam was the man. Like this was like that 2007, 8
when he won everything.
And And I remember I went to the bathroom, and then Van Dam came in like couples whatever urinals down and like peed beside me. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was telling like all my friends, Van Dam like peed beside me, like.
That's so cute.
And did you say anything to him while he's peeing? Like, hey, nice weather. Like,
Heck no.
You ain't make no urinal small talk with him.
Hello.
I did not.
Right.
Dude,
How
you should have
cold the
said
water was.
KVP. KVP. That's what you should. That would have been hilarious.
That's so bad.
That's a
I'm
dad
sure
joke.
he'd have got a kick out of that.
Yeah, he would have looked at you with like so much disdain. Like, shut up, kid.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
It-
that's
but
pretty
yeah,
dope, though.
It was cool.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's cool, man. When you're in the classic, it's 3 days, all the media stuff before, during, after, the fishing, of course. Does it go by fast? Like, is it a blur or does it slow down for you?
It's a blur, but until I'm on the water,
That
like
makes sense.
when I get out there on the water, like it's just all gone. I don't know, especially this year. Dude, that I don't know if there was any footage of it, but like my main spot on day 3 where I went to, and like having that freaking flotilla trying to
Yeah,
follow me
sheesh.
in the creek.
Yeah.
It was just like kind of fun. I was like zigzagging between them. I'm like, "Oh, don't hit your trolling motor. If there's one like under your boat, don't touch anything. Y'all don't move," and like catch one out from under their boat. Like I don't know. I had fun with it, but yeah. But as soon as you get off that stage, yeah, it's a lot of interviews.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interviews.
Yeah.
How long did it take for that to kind of slow down? Would you say, like roughly, like where the interviews kind of like trickled off and you actually got a little bit time to breathe?
Um, it would be. I remember like after night 2 or day 2, um, it was like 9:30 before I ever even got back to my hotel room. That sucked. And, like, my wife
Jeez.
just had food, like, it's just waiting on me from Cracker Barrel, like, eating it eating it while we're walking back to the hotel, and then, like, you just die when you get back to bed. Because I mean, we would have to get up at, like, 3 in the morning because it was, like, an hour and a half or 2-hour commute, whatever.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
Wow, dude.
tiring.
So I know you said you didn't play sports in high school and stuff, but like in the world of baseball, when a pitcher is throwing a perfect game, it's like a very well-known thing in the baseball world. You do not talk to him about the perfect game. Like in the 7th inning, you don't go over and be like, "Hey, man, 6 outs away." You just don't do that. You don't really want to like you can go over there and be like, "Hey, dude, did you see Jimmy bought a new truck or what?" You can talk about, but you do not talk about the game. Is there anything like that when you go wire to wire in the Bassmaster Classic? Like, are people talking to you about it? Like, are they kind of just making small talk? Is it weird?
Everyone's talking about it.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
It's the
then.
opposite, and it
Okay.
kinda sucks.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather it be the baseball way, honestly. Yeah.
No doubt. So,
Yeah.
like, a perfect now the anglers, they like, all the other guys, fishing against, every one of them's like, "Dude, heck of a job this week," not say anything, just be like, I don't know, nothing. Like, even so Patrick Walters, me and him travel, he's freaking awesome. So he drove me on day 3 because he didn't make day 3, and he actually drove me to the boat ramp that morning. But, but yeah, so we were sitting there on the dock, and they tried to bring the trophy out and, like, wanted me to, like, take pictures with it and stuff, and I'm like,
No way.
No,
Not
like,
yet.
Nope.
yeah, we
Mm-mm.
don't even touch
That's
it, don't even get it near. Finally,
crazy.
Patrick, like, straight up went over to, I forgot who it was, but, like, went over to him, like, "For real, just go." And, like, got him
Get
to
the thing
leave.
out of here.
I was like, "Thank
Yeah.
God."
No, that's weird. That's like cursey. You're tempting fate
Yeah.
that way.
Seriously.
Yeah. I'm
No.
not a crazy superstitious guy, but don't be doing that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't like that at all.
Mm-mm.
No way. So, all right. So I don't know how you can put this into words, Justin, but You won the Bassmaster Classic. The confetti's coming down. I love that moment, man. You got tears in your eyes. Kind of like Gussie the year before. It wasn't this like real like eloquent speech on the mic when they're like, you won. It was just this very sincere, honest.
I can't watch it without crying.
Yeah. And you point to your family. You point to your family, tears in your eyes. But as well as you can, how did that feel, man? Describe that moment.
So all that emotion is purely from what I put my family through. Like, I just achieved like my lifelong dream when I won it, and that's for me. That trophy was for me. Everything else that comes with it, it's purely for the family. All the crap I put my wife through, like, dude, that was the emotion part. Like, it hits because I mean we struggle bad, and just knowing that now I can actually, first thing we did was I bought my wife a new car. Like, that was special. Like this Christmas, I ain't gonna lie, I spoiled the crap out of Scarlett. Like,
heck yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just took her to Disney World. Just that's what it's about. Like, yeah. I still get emotional talking about that.
How could you not? I'm getting emotional listening to you. When you were on stage, were you like, because you know how much you get paid for the classic? Were you thinking like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, and was that hitting you in that moment yet? Like, this just shifted everything.
I don't know if it was even, heck, I don't know if Austin got it or not, but like I remember just like holding Scarlett, and like I actually told her in her ear then that I was going to take her to Disney World.
You told her then?
Yeah.
Like confetti's falling on you.
Beautiful.
And you're like, we're going to Disney World. Nuh-uh.
Yep.
That
yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
That was it.
So how was the trip to Disney World?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Disney World kind of sucks for adults. This place is miserable.
That's kind of more what I was thinking.
Yeah, especially when you have a pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Don't do that in the summertime.
No.
That's a lot.
It was so hot. But Scarlett loved it. Like,
well, that's good.
Coffee, boutique, all that.
Oh, yeah, you did that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Couldn't ride any fun rides, It's blessed.
Yeah. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about that then. You said you struggled bad, and I've read some things about like how you guys were living beforehand, the whole lawn mowing thing, and Mercer. I love Mercer. When he comes up with like a thing, he says it 1,014 times, like Christie conquers the classic. Oh, Canada, you have a classic. Like it went from cutting grass to mowing down the competition. So I know that was that your business, cutting grass and changed houses? Like how much did it really affect your family, change things for your family?
Oh, dude. So like the backstory was, so I was working at the university, like I was telling y'all earlier, and I had to leave there to fish the opens because they like took away our overtime to be able to comp it, to take off. And actually, don't do this for any guys out there. Don't do this. We were on the way to my family's house to announce to them that my wife's pregnant. And that's when I hit my wife with, I'm leaving the university. I'm going fishing.
Wow.
I mean, we had talked about it for a while, but she still talks about it this day. Like, I cannot believe you brought that up.
Like that timing.
That timing was a little.
Like that timing was
That's absolutely something I would do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Didn't even cross my mind of like it was a bad timing. It's just like, all right, let's do it.
It's on my brain. I'm going to say it.
I mean, she knew it was coming, and like, it wasn't. We've been together since we were 14.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's known what what I was about, and what I've always wanted to do, and she's just.
So she knows Jimbo.
Oh yeah. We ain't going there.
Yeah.
Me and Jimo's done some stupid stuff.
That's awesome.
No, we're still best friends to this day since first
Aw.
grade.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. But so going to when I actually planned it out when I leave the university, not leaving there until we have our daughter, so we can still be on the health insurance.
Sure.
Because once I quit, like we ain't even got no health insurance. Because she cuts hair, so she doesn't get insurance through her job. So
Yeah, being a hairstylist is you don't get benefits. I'm also a hairstylist, so yeah, you
okay,
just
yeah, 0 benefits.
zero.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
Love what I do, but there aren't benefits that way. But
yeah, it's terrible. So that was my last day of work. Like, was the day, whatever day I left to have Scarlett was my last day at the university. So then I was pouring concrete, like family business,
That's hard.
pouring concrete during the day, from 6 to like 3 or 4. And then as soon as I get off that, I started my own lawn care business. And but I was able to do it just to have the time off. I didn't have to save up days and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I could be gone. But then when I was home, I was working 2 jobs and it sucked with the newborn. That stupid colic. Gosh, that colic.
oh,
Why? Why?
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, so just putting them through all that, and then now, yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's so cool.
I love that. Heck yeah, it's
So
cool,
good.
man. Yeah,
Like we are moving out of this is double wide. Ain't a shame. But we're actually building we're building a new house now too.
Hey,
So
congrats, man.
That's
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Heck yeah,
exciting.
good for you, brother. That's
thank
amazing.
you.
Yeah, that's really great, man. I just can't imagine. I don't know. I don't know most people have a story like that, Justin, where number one, you can kind of laugh about it now, like the fact that you told her that in that context, because it's all working out. Not everybody, when they do something like that, does it work out so well. But I don't know how many people have a story like yours where like one defining moment kind of for the good shifted everything. You know what I'm saying? And like that's beautiful, man. Like that,
Like this was all supposed to happen.
Yeah, like it was all lined up. Like it was supposed to work the way that it's worked. And like good on you for, having the balls to like pursue a dream even through some tough stuff, man.
Yeah.
And now it's paying off. And I think that's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
I
Heck yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes back to the whole, are you nervous? Are you like, I got that asked so much like this year, like especially after I started leading the AOY stuff too. It's like it's like you don't even get nervous. Why do you not get rattled? Like, dude, I've been through some stuff
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
make you worry. Dude, this ain't nothing to worry about. Doing good. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
like that.
That's a great
Good.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful, brother. Well, thank you for all that story.
Yeah.
That was so great. So good. Let me ask you this real quick. Going into 25, is there any derbies on the Elite Series that you're like really stoked for? And is there any that you're like, not so pumped about?
The Sabine sucks.
That's what everybody says. Everybody,
Yeah.
who just said that the other day? John Cox just said it. Yeah, everybody hates it. Gussie said it. Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean,
With a smile. It's terrible.
Oh gosh, it's terrible. I hate that place. It's so frustrating to me just because it's probably going to get one at the boat ramp. Just because that's the only decent fish. Because every tournament that goes out of there, they go to the Louisiana side and catch the actual big fish, and then they'll bring them back. But there just ain't no big fish on the Texas side, fortunately.
Yep.
So if fish is
everybody
so
hates
small,
it, then why do it there?
Money.
It'll be the biggest crowd of the year.
I see.
It's huge. What is it? Orange, Texas, right?
I'm learning so much, you guys.
Yeah. What do you know about, who did I ask about this? What do you know about the Pasquotank River, Albemarle Sound in North Carolina? Been there, know anything about it other than the fact that it's gigantic and tidal and somewhat brackish?
I do know it's in North Carolina. That's about it.
Okay, so you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
He's not nervous.
No, I think that one's gonna be fun, just because like the MLF was like close. It's the same river, I guess,
Yeah.
but they were just up a little ways or something, and they caught some big giants. So
yeah,
I know nothing about that place.
that's awesome. And there's all three there, right? Isn't it smallmouth, largemouth spots there?
Not a clue.
Okay, all right.
He knows it's in North Carolina.
Will they eat a jerkbait there?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't found anywhere they won't. I called them at Sabine last time we were there on jerkbait.
I mean, it does. You can get them to eat a jerkbait all year.
impressive.
The days of jerkbait and cold water only, I feel like for most folks are long gone.
Yeah, oh, dude, it was so cool back when like I was the only one throwing a jerkbait in some pounds.
Yeah.
I wrecked them.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Smart.
Okay, so let me back up just a little bit. With jerkbait fishing, as I watched the videos, you didn't use the same jerkbait the whole time, and I don't know if we're supposed to let the juice loose on what you did throw and when and whatever. But what is it you look for when you decide to change? You know, you didn't go from a jerkbait to like a, I don't know what, a swim jig or a blade bait. You went from one jerkbait to a different jerkbait. Is it just that they stopped biting that one as good, or what makes you shift gears there?
Dude, that's a loaded question. So just to be upfront, like if I'm on a jerkbait bite, I'll have a minimum of 6 different jerkbaits on the deck.
Okay.
If they're like, if they start positioning higher in the water column, obviously go to shallower. If I'm fishing more like the laydowns, which is the classic, I like the, big bill +1s. But then there's different, we're not going to get, just sorry, but there's different ones I'll use for just how the fishery are acting.
Okay.
Obviously with live scope, we can see now, and it's but I don't think of it just like, oh, he didn't bite that one, let me try this one.
Okay.
If you see them like more aggressive, I'll throw them more aggressive jerkbait. Like they might be eating one, or either like you start working it and it's super like wide walking one, and they'll be coming up to it, and then when you start working it, they'll kind of back off. Then you go to like a mega bass that has that tighter action kind of deal. And then there's a couple more that are even more subtle than that. But yeah, it's all about the action for me is the biggest thing. I don't get crazy with colors. Like I got like a, basic colors I like and covers everything. I don't think that's the deal. The action is the deal.
Yeah, I would agree. I would totally agree with the jerkbait. What about you?
I don't know anything about jerkbaits. Do I?
Yeah, I mean, you've thrown them for sure. But...
Okay.
Dude, I remember, Justin, the first time I ever saw a jerkbait. It was a Rapala Husky jerk. My uncle Brad had it on crystal clear water up in northern Wisconsin. And when he paused that thing by the boat, dude, I about shat my pants. I could not believe that it wasn't sinking and it wasn't floating. I'm like, this is some kind of witchcraft. Like, what is happening? Oh my gosh.
The first one I caught on a jerkbait, I think it was like 12 years old or something. But I'm like, I jerk it. It was that old Excalibur. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't even
know. I got
know
10 of those in my box. Yeah.
Dude, let me get them.
No way. They're so expensive. Okay, that's those like $100 each on eBay. I can go grab them.
I don't have any more.
Awesome. Like the Leggy Bone Mega Bass colors. They're filthy. They made some good colors in those Excaliburs.
They had one that was like it was like a brown back, but translucent. Like, I don't even know the name of the color. That thing was dirty. But yeah, but I was just sitting there, and it was like slack line, and then all of a sudden my line just like took off. I'm like,
yeah,
what just happened? I don't know. Been obsessed.
That pause. I'm telling you, a jig bite is dope. A deep diving crank bite is dope. Even a drop shot bite is really fun, but a jerk bait bite, when it's been at pause for a while and you see either the line jump or it takes off, or I mean, some smallmouth will pull the flipping rod out of your hands. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so fun, dude. Golly, that's such a fun bite.
And honestly, like live scope is taking away some of that joy of like that anticipation. You're just sitting there like, I know there's one staring at it. You just got that feeling, and all of a sudden you just
my man. Speaking my language, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking my language. What were you gonna say, Nate? I'm sorry. I feel like I cut you off there, homie.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's okay? Well, how about this, Justin? Because I certainly don't want you to let the juice loose on anything, or like say stuff about jerk baiting that you're a professional. Like, you can't give away all the secrets, whatever. But give us one simple tip for somebody who,
like me, who doesn't know anything.
Yeah,
sorry, keep
like
going.
Lola, who doesn't know. No, I would never say that. But like, give us one simple tip for somebody who wants to get better at throwing a jerk bait.
You can throw it anywhere. That is one thing that's so misunderstood, that you can throw it pretty much everywhere. I mean, don't get crazy, try to throw it in lily pads. I am psycho. I have tried to figure out a way to work it through that.
Okay. Yeah.
stuff, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, did it work? Because man, lily pad stalks are like, I hate those freaking things.
Yeah, I was trying to make it weedless and still be able to go around stuff.
Okay.
But it just, the hookup ratio gets screwed up.
Okay.
I would have them just like taking the rod out of your hand,
and you couldn't get them.
Couldn't get a hook.
Yeah, like an old snag proof frog or something.
Yeah, right. I was trying to use like the single hooks underneath it with like a little weed guard, like a little wacky worm hook.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it just
doesn't work.
I couldn't get it.
It's a cool idea though. Yeah. Like what's his face? Sabine had that really deep diving crankbait that was a single hook, but it like pushed up into the body. I don't know if you ever saw that thing. It was like on a hinge.
Yeah.
And then that was horrible on hook sets too. But it was a cool idea. You could pull it through stuff.
Yeah.
That was a really cool idea. Yeah. Have you ever seen Justin, that one Megabass jerk bait, but it's not a jerk bait? It looks like a 110, but it's like a topwater one. It's kind of like a wake bait. I can't remember what it's called. I have like 3 or 4 of them. It's a really weird deal that I got on like some Japanese website.
I know it's like some flying something.
Yeah, it's a crazy name. The one that I have, like if I showed you the one that I have, you'd think it's just a 110, but it's not. And that one you can throw in stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to throw a jerk bait in, because it just stays kind of wakey. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Oh, speaking of out barbs, we could have a whole show about jerk baits. I could yap about jerk baits all day. all day.
They're pretty cute.
Man, they're fun.
Yeah,
I don't have 4 big boxes. I have 3 Megabass. I have 3 Bass Mafia coffins full, but it's the same thing. Like you pull up one and you pull out a whole ball.
It's like a barrel of monkeys.
Like they're all stuck together. But speaking of out barbs, have you seen, played with, looked at that new 110 Great Hunting? Because that's not out barbs. They're all in barbs, like normal. And then it's the same thing as a 110, right? Which is some really dope colors.
Yeah, it's a little bit different action, I think.
Oh, is it really? I heard it was the same, but just different colors. But I don't know. I don't have one yet.
It's a little bit different.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when we get new tackle.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. For sure. Yep. It's a weird deal too, man. It's kind of like the swim bait world when dudes are, paying $1,000 for like a Roman made, which is still the most ironic name ever for a Japanese bait company. But when dudes are paying silly money for swim baits, like there's a whole like cult following of Megabass colors too, like those rare colors. Like there's that one that's like Northern Secret, and there's another one that's like Northern something else, and the one is like regular price, and the one is like $80 a jerk bait. Or like it's crazy, the Megabass colors and the cult following, don't you think?
Yeah, they made like a Morning Dawn one. I don't know how much folks was paying for that thing. It's nuts. So I can't do that because I will just use it. I don't care how pretty it is.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
It's getting used. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't, like I said before, I don't get crazy with colors.
Yeah.
I like a shiny one. I like a not shiny one. And then like a white, the pearl.
Yeah. Pearl is just constant. You remember a couple years ago when Hank Cherry won the Classic and he said he's using an undisclosed jerkbait?
Yeah, it was really hard to figure out what
and it was within it was within 45 seconds. Megabass put on their social, "We present to you the new color undisclosed jerkbait," and I was like, "Dang, got him!" Like that was so dope. It was like, I'm like, whoever's on your social, they need a raise. Like they killed that one. They killed that one. Yeah. So real quick, man, we don't have to keep on going. I know it's like late and you got 2 kiddos and whatever, but going into 25, any sponsorship changes on the horizon? Anything new that you can talk about?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I stuck. It's a little bit different, but it ain't much different.
Okay.
Like that's what's been cool is a lot of the companies that I've already been working with pretty much just stepped it up. So that's been awesome. I mean, yeah, I'm with a few new ones like Pro Guy Batteries, Bubba Blade.
That's a good one.
I love Bubba Blade. Dude, I played some crappie the other night with that new like the little electric knife that
the
just
cordless
the battery like a little dude,
so filthy.
that thing was nasty. But yeah, but I'm excited just because it's really just like building on companies that I've already had.
Good for you.
And
perfect.
But now we're gonna make some cool stuff. Dude, American Bait Works, like they were my first, heck, my only sponsor my first year. Like, and this just how big they've blown up since I've been with them, and like I feel like we're just like getting started.
That's so exciting.
Stuff.
Yeah, that is really exciting for sure.
Yeah,
it's really cool to be able to grow with these companies.
Excuse me. Yeah, heck yeah. Still running a Falcon? Yeah.
Oh yes,
dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know this, but I actually contacted you or tried to via when you were selling your Falcon.
Just wait. When you were selling it, he was like, "Oh my gosh, Justin Hamner's number is on this site."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I could text him right now." I'm like, "Then freaking do it."
Yeah, but I was too scared.
And he's like, "Will you do it?" And I was like, "Honey, just do it." I said, "I think it'd be better coming from you."
And it was like an amalgam of like, this dude's a stud, and like I want him to be my friend, but also this boat is freaking dope. It was that gray one with the blue console.
Oh,
that boat was so filthy, dude. That was such a dope, like everything about it, like the electronics you had on it, the way that it looked, the color scheme. I was like, dude, I want this boat.
And then you contacted him?
No, I don't think so.
He was giddy. He was giddy. He sent the picture of the ad of the boat and everything in the group text with us. Yeah, he was stoked on it for sure. And
he's like, "This is public information. I could just message him or call him." I was like,
"Got him right
do
here.
it."
Yeah.
If you ain't figured it out, I don't care. That never even crossed my mind that somebody would care about having my number.
Like, yeah, that's funny.
You're like, okay,
but
text
one of my
later.
other best friends, one of my other really close friends, he ended up buying it.
Oh, really?
Me and him fished me tournaments out of it. Yeah, I put it up for like sale, and then like immediately he was like, no,
for real?
Get it.
Yeah, dude, that boat was freaking dope, dude. It was rigged right, looked good, colors were nasty. Dude. Yeah. Was it weird getting used to the rod lockers in that boat?
Not a second.
Just how they open. I mean, just like that
love it.
Ferrari door thing. I think it actually makes a ton of sense. It feels very like intentional, but it's weird every time I see you open it.
Yeah. So the only thing, like sometimes when you have the rod strapped, it'll just bend the rods. But dude, I love it just because of how easy it is to put the rods and stuff in from outside of the boat.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
When you're loading it, you lift it up and you just throw the rods in. Like
and the Falcons, they go like if this is the front of the boat, they open like that instead of like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they go like up on like
instead of throwing your rods out into the water.
Yeah, which I've been so close to that 45 times. Like, well, more than that, way more than that. Yeah, where I'm like trying to hold them and like open it real slow and hope that they like stack up. Yeah.
You don't snap.
So now, I mean, if you don't have it
to the elbow diving for one.
Oh yeah, who hasn't? Who hasn't gone up to their shoulder grabbing a rod that fell off the deck? Yeah, that's like normal, I think.
Yeah.
Justin, if tomorrow BASS came out and said, we are no longer like a single person event series. You have to have a partner. And let's just say you can't choose Patrick Walters, but you can choose anybody else. Because that's the most obvious. Like when we had John on, he was going to say Keith. I'm like, but you can't say Keith. If you could pick anybody else to be your partner, if that was such a thing, who would you choose?
Ooh. Bryant Smith.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Super
Bryant
stick.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is, for one, genuinely one of the best dudes I've ever met.
That's cool.
But at the same time, like me and him actually fished several times together. We fish good together. Like
sure.
Can kind of do our own deals.
That's a big deal.
It is.
It is. But we get along so good. Like he's such a good dude.
Yeah. And he can catch them anywhere. Like north, south, where he's on them everywhere he goes.
Dude, I feel like he's gonna be he hadn't broke out yet. It's just a matter of time.
He's really good.
He's freaking good. Just talking with him. Like I've obviously talked to a lot of them. For one, there's nobody that thinks like Patrick. Patrick's on a whole nother level, but you kind of get that different vibe. Like, oh, there's something special about Bryant. For sure.
That's so sweet.
Why did you make him sick?
I'm sorry.
Well, he shouldn't have kissed me.
No way. I got that. That it's getting more. That should be the new thing. I'm getting more Lee by the minute.
I wasn't coughing as much.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I had like a dry cough. Every time he gets sick, he gets a cough though.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll get through it. Like He'll
be all right. He's not sick, guys.
Yeah. All right. Okay. One other weird question.
Not sick. Yeah.
One other weird one. If you could change one thing about fishing, we told some of the other guests, like if it was Evan Almighty, Bruce Almighty, Hamner Almighty, you can change one thing. What would it be about fishing?
Ooh. Hold on. I don't want to give just a stupid generic answer. Like I was about to ban Carolina rigs.
That's my one thing.
Don't waste it. I'll do that one for you. Yeah.
Breaking the line. There's nothing that drives me crazier, probably. That's not a good one. That's fun.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like you can't break line? Like you'd never have a line break?
Yeah, never have a line break. No.
Oh, that'd be crazy if that was possible. Yeah, that'd be really crazy. For sure.
But I wouldn't want that on everybody.
Yeah, just for you. But I mean, if it's a Hamner Almighty, you change it how you want. Everybody else's line can break, but not mine.
Never lose a fish.
Dude. That'd be a good one. That'd be a really good one.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the breakdowns I've seen you had, Jordan, when you lose one, boy, oh boy.
And why do I always lose the fish that I see? I never break one off or lose one like way off in the distance on like a Carolina. It's always right next to the boat and it's always like 15 pounds and I miss trying to lip him and then and
then he takes his rod and goes.
Yeah, I've never broke one. I've never put one over my leg, but yeah, man.
So pretended it.
You just have the full meltdowns.
I get close sometimes. I mean, not so much like if we're just fun fishing, hanging out, whatever. But if it's a derby time, and dude, I'm like, and I hate netting fish myself. Like when I'm fishing solo in a derby, because it just is the most dumb, awkward movement of like. No, so then I'll try to boat flip something. Like I'll try to boat flip like a 4-pound smallmouth on a square bill or something. And then he flips off and hits the gunnel and falls back in. And then I'm like, I'm gonna put it on the trailer. I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's past. Like I'm not even spun out. I'm spun like gone. Like I'm just. We'll
like
see
Nate is so chill.
Yeah, Nate bounces me out.
It's all right,
or I'll just be like, Nate, get on the trolling motor because I can't fish for like. It's not even. It's like Major League Fishing, like a 2-minute landing violation, but it's like 2-minute spin out violate. Like just take a second.
I just keep fishing when you're having a moment.
Bring her back on the rails.
Yeah, we got to get this thing back on. So
I'm definitely more Nate style. Just like
I wish I was. I wish I was more like y'all. Golly, I wish like when you had some monsters on in the classic. And even I know you're kind of like, picking on yourself a little bit with that 11. You're just so chill. Like you're just kind of like Reeling it in. And one thing I noticed about you too, you're a button clicker. You're not like a drag adjuster guy, which I find to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, because I trust my thumb way more than that drag. Because if that drag, I've had it happen so many times. They'll go to do like, because you can usually feel like when you're fighting it, you can tell like when they're about to make a dig.
Absolutely.
And dude, I've had so many just like they'll go to make that dig and that freaking drag will just catch for a second, pop. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not,
And if we have a big one on, it's real easy to over adjust it one way or the other. Like when you're trying to move it and go too far forward, too far backwards, then he's just taking line or you set it too stiff. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I have a question. This is kind of off, but with the 11-pounder that you caught, you said you wish that you would have said something cool. So like, here's your chance.
What do you got?
What do you got? What do you wish you would have said?
There's a problem. I'm still not cool.
That part hasn't changed. You've had time, but
I've had time.
You're like, I got nothing.
I still have nothing. I mean, I would have to like change my voice and like all that kind of stuff. Like
how would you change your voice?
Make it like Lee's.
Yeah, you got to go with the. You got to get
Are you
sick.
gonna try it again?
Get a cold, dude.
Just all of a sudden, like I catch an 11-pounder and immediately, like my balls drop and I have a deep voice.
Your beard pops up.
Right? Yeah.
Like full Fu Manchu.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick.
Let's go,
dude. What if you were like that calculated? Like you turn your back to the camera and then like you have like a mustache in your hoodie pouch, like a stick on, turn back with the 11-pounder, like I got him. People are like, what the hell? Dude just grew a mustache. Oh my gosh.
That's my kind of humor because I could do it with a straight face and like nothing's even happened.
Please do that.
You want to talk about going viral? That would be the funniest crap ever. Maybe ever.
That would be amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
Just cut this part out of the podcast.
All right, we'll get rid of it for sure. Yeah, you got to come up with like action movie like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like stupid one-liners. Like when you caught that one, you could have been like, put a fork in him, he's done, or because you're in fork, or I don't know, something stupid that's like
my
not
brain
really that
doesn't
cool,
think that quickly. How do you?
Yeah, don't do that one, but something cheesy like that. Or you could just say no way and sound like a Disney villain, and that would have done it too, apparently.
Yeah, if it's already been taken.
I guess that's true.
You just got hammered.
Oh, snap. There it is.
That's good.
Hammered. Hammered. Yeah.
That would get annoying after the third time.
Yeah, like when Mercer said it's Hamner time for the third time before you were even there, and he was just already saying it.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, my bad.
He's like, you can do that.
Yeah, can do that. Other people can do it. It's just
what does he say in that one commercial? What does he say? I'm a 2 sandwich kind of guy. Or what does Mercer say in that one APCO commercial? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm a big guy, a 2 sandwich kind of guy.
Sandwich kind of fella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mercer can say some stuff, that's what he does. He says
Mercer.
Yeah, he says things. That's what he says. All right, last question, man. Unless Lola and Nate got anything else you want to toss in. But where do you want to go with this, Justin, long term? You said you looked up to Jay Yellis, and I felt like Jay Yellis went from BASS to FLW, and then he kind of rode off in the distance. I felt like early in terms of his career, like for what he had accomplished, like we were talking to Ken Duke once, and he's right on the heels of like Kevin Van Dam type level. Like the dude just won and won and won. Where do you see yourself as you get further along in your career, maybe 10, 15 years, whatever down the road?
Yeah. That's a hard, because like just even thinking about like a retirement is weird, but I want to, I think, be one of those guys that's all of a sudden maybe a bait developer. Like that would be something I could see myself transitioning into. Like, I don't know, either that or like me and Patrick just have a stupid TV show together. That'd be fun.
That'd be dope.
That would be so
Heck yeah.
That'd be super dope.
Yeah, but like, I really think it's going to be some type of bait development. Like just now being given some of the opportunities, like of actually getting to make stuff. Because, like I said before, this is something, me and Patrick's been freaking all night just tinkering with stuff, but I've got a lot of weird ideas. And just seeing like how it's made and like the process of it, I love it. I love testing new baits and just
Heck yeah. But it's not weird if it works though, right? Like I'm sure the first time, I mean, no joke. I'll bet you the first time somebody had the idea, like this is going to be neutrally buoyant. People are like, what does that even mean? You know, like they probably thought he was nuts.
How's that even possible?
Yeah.
Like I've got some stuff that would rival that. I don't know if it works or not, but I've got some.
Do it.
Try it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I've still got to figure out like a mini vibrator. I don't know if anybody's got a hookup on that, but like,
what the?
We're still talking fishing, right?
What the? I was like, I sat for like 5 seconds. Like, what? What the heck? You got what now? What are you trying to do? What are we talking about?
I'm crying.
He's in tears over there. Yeah.
Oh, snap. I sat for so long in it without saying something. I didn't really. Oh, crap.
I just love how long you paused. It just
I was like
just pause. And I was thinking, am I missing?
Is he saying vibrating jig, lipless? What are
like
we?
A rattling?
Yeah. I was like, me, what? Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, I could definitely pull off that mustache.
I was just gonna say, get the mustache on.
Yeah. Now it's all see. Now it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Yep. No. So actually, if you had like a jerkbait that vibrated sporadically.
Oh sure, yeah.
And it actually but I would really think like for top waters, like if you had a little pop-R, it's just like sitting there buzzing like a little dragonfly or mayfly.
Did you need
or
to make
a vibrator?
That sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, or a vibrator.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Those fat girls.
They come up for it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
well, who was it, man? Who was talking about back in the day? They like, gosh, dog it. I was just watching a video on somebody, and they were saying how like when they first got into bass fishing, they had a lure that they would pull a string on it and then cast it, and then when it hit the water, it was like like a toy almost. And I guess it had like an absolutely terrible hookup ratio, but like that movement like drove the fish crazy. So I mean, Livingston lures, you know what I'm saying? They make that croaking sound to like. What you're proposing, as weird as you pitched it, might not be the worst idea ever.
I think I actually pitched it pretty good. But
all right, you're right.
You pitched it real well.
I made Lola cry 3 different times.
Seriously,
I mean,
you have.
The other times were like emotional though. This was like, what the heck?
A different kind of emotion.
It's a different kind of cry. Yeah, it's a different kind. So your wife's a hairstylist. So is that why you have such good flowing locks? Like, are you trying to take over Chad Pipkin's reign at the top of hair for the elites or what?
I didn't think that was even a thing.
The boy looked good.
Already
Pipkins has a salon sponsor. You know what I'm saying?
That's his salon, though, right?
I don't think so. I think it's just somebody he knows. Just make that up. So you have all right. So let's go down this stupid rabbit hole now that you brought up some weird stuff. Nate and I used to always joke. You know, you get sponsored, whatever, you become a pro, everybody's, oh, Nate Conklin, he's the best. Like, what kind of money does Tampax have to throw at Nate for him to wrap his boat in a Tampax wrap? What would it take, Justin, for you to wrap your boat in like apple bottom jeans or I don't know.
Apple bottom jeans.
I don't know, something super awkward.
I would prefer the boots with the fur.
That's right.
Well, I mean, the whole club was looking at her, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But she also had Reeboks with the straps. So
she had one of each.
How many feet does this woman have?
Yeah, she got confused before she came to the club. She was already drinking. She was day drinking.
She had them on her hands.
But like you're a place now, like serious question. You're a place now, man, where you're the dude. You won the classic. I mean, I think Bass Fan has you ranked as like the top. I think you're the 10th rated angler on planet Earth for all the clubs, all the leagues. I mean, that's crazy.
You're a big dog.
You're a super big dog now. Like, are you open to sponsors or is it a whole different thing now?
Oh, I'm always open to sponsors.
But I mean, is the process way different now with where you are?
Yeah, I can actually get some.
What a perfect response.
Dude, yeah, like going to ICAST this year was just weird.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was crazy. Like they're like, oh, I remember like there was actually 2 booths that I walked in, they're like, oh, there you could like actually see them like get excited that I came to their booth like to approach them. Like,
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh
of
what?
man,
course they
that's
did.
awesome.
Whereas before, like the high school, like, yeah, we got a thing for high school kids fishing. You can sign up over there. Like,
So
but
you don't
yeah,
have a
it
you don't
was,
have a real sponsor. That surprises me. In the classic you were rocking, were you throwing the hypermag, the Lose hypermag?
and yeah, I had a Lose and a Daiwa and Shimano.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just surprised that you don't. Again, I mean, you won the dang
Yeah.
classic. I feel like you could
Well,
be throwing baits or whatever else you wanted to throw.
I think we're working something out with Daiwa.
oh,
Oh, right on.
okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just be real with you. Like the big problem is like having reels only. Like every company wants
Yeah,
to do reels and rods.
reels and
Right, right,
rods.
right. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not leaving Halo.
Yeah.
Like those people, those are my people.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So yeah,
So
Halo
what
rods.
you got to so what you got to do is you got to pitch Halo to come out with a reel. I mean, tons of other rod companies are coming out with
That is a
reels now.
thing
So
now. Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
Halo, come on, we need some
so
reels. We got to get this thing done.
dude, we talked about it, and I actually liked their response to that was if we can't make a reel that's actually good and can compete, we're not doing it.
Yeah, I
And
like
I
that
For
too.
respected
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got something going on. Well, let's just call it Daiwa and Shimano. Like, yeah, Lose is really good too, but
Yeah, but it's not
freaking
though. It's not compared to Daiwa and Shimano.
it's not. There's
Mm-mm.
something that and I've heard all kinds of different stuff. Like they get they're making their own parts and then like basically every other company gets the leftovers. I don't
Yep.
know how true that is,
Yeah.
but they make some good stuff. But I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be with Daiwa.
I think that's a good
Like,
choice. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
filthy.
Heck yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
either way, I'm gonna use them. I know that.
Right. Well, I mean, that's a push right there for them to want to work with you. I mean, we had a dude on our podcast forever ago. His name is Trey Harple. He's like a pretty well-known dude for customizing reels, and he does all this commercial work where people will send him like 80 reels at a time, and he'll take them apart, lube them, new bearings, new handles. He's just like a master tinkerer, craftsman, whatever. And he flat out on the podcast was like, it's Daiwa, Shimano, and then everything else. And from that guy, it's like, whoa, like that's from that source. That's pretty credible.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
want
So
to ever knock any companies, but
yeah,
I'm just them two are the ones.
Yeah.
Let's just be real.
well, I mean, even like you look at like a Shimano, like the green Corrados, like the E200s from what 2001, they still sell for $200 on eBay, and they were
Yeah.
like 170 when they were new in 2001. Like they're building stuff that's still so freaking dope all these years later. Like that says something.
Yeah, Steve Kennedy still uses them.
Yep, he does too. Yeah,
It's freaking crazy.
yeah, and like, why
Yeah.
not? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you? I mean, they work pretty well. But anywho, I think that's it, man. I'm so pumped to have you on the podcast, dude. I like
Yeah.
you more now than I did before we started podcasting, if that means anything.
You too.
Oh, good. I appreciate that. Well, hey, man, we're gonna be watching you like we do every year. We'll be cheering for you, man. If you need a hookup on some potato allays when you hit lacrosse, you let us know.
We're only
we're about an
15.
hour
Absolutely.
from there. So if you need some tacos, you give us a shout. We got you.
Hey, don't let me forget that because
Okay.
I've already forgot it.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
yeah. Like,
I won't.
We'll let you know
just
on August
remind me.
21st.
Yeah, we'll let you
Yeah,
know.
like, hey, you head to Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hit it up.
Come on up.
We live here. We
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, yeah. And I can
Yeah.
tell you. I told Cox the same thing. I can tell you all the sandbars to watch out for, so you don't run up on them. I don't know if that's any kind of like getting knowledge from outside sources. 'Cause I'm not talking
you
about where to
can't tell
fish
me
them.
that.
I'm just
It'd be
saying, don't
nice.
land up on some sand. Lacrosse, man. Every year, somebody, an elite pro or a couple, get airboated out of there because they get so far up into a sandbar that they didn't see on the map. And like, lacrosse is dope, but it'll grab your
heck
boat.
yeah.
It'll grab a hold of your fiberglass.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
John would be ramping them.
He will. And his aluminum boat. He don't care. Yeah. With a smile on his face. He might be dead last. He's still throwing a Fritz side, happy as a clam. He don't care.
Having fun.
Yeah, just smiling.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I love that sucker. But
No
thank you
doubt.
so much, man, for being on the podcast. Tell your wife we said thanks for letting us borrow you for a little bit. We're happy for your family. Stoked for your new home. You're killing it, man. We love it.
Heck yeah. Hey, before you take off, show that mug off with that Justin Hamner logo. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. Show that off. That's slick.
Cool.
Yeah, that's really dope.
This could be a grizzly.
Should be.
Should be a grizzly. Yeah.
You need. I mean, if you need a grizzly sponsor, we know some folk. We know some folk, and they're trying to get more into the fishing side of things. So, like, you might not be a bad fellow to talk to.
I mean, I'm cute.
I mean, that's unequivocal. Yeah, that's not even like worth debating.
He's got the hair.
The only downside, really, to Justin in terms of like sponsorships is that he's a what's that team? That Burgundy team from the South, that college, Low Tide or something.
That used to win a lot.
Yeah, until they kept on losing to our team, Texas. But Texas is out of it too now, so we can't even like get too pumped about Hook'em. But yeah,
That was cute.
All right, man. We appreciate you. We'll bug you later.
We're basketball school these days.
Okay, well,
There you go.
whatever you got to switch to, so you can sleep at night and win and whatever.
We're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All right, brother. We appreciate you. No, don't
Horns down.
You
Did it
lost
to
your
him.
Olays, mother effer.
Dang it.
And I'm
Horns
gonna make a
down.
reel with a vibrator, and I'm gonna patent it, and you're gonna be screwed. You throw horns down
Don't
on my
steal my
goddamn
little
show.
vibrator idea.
Oh my gosh! Please stop saying little vibrator.
He said mini vibrator.
He did say mini. Oh my gosh! That's what we should call this episode. Episode whatever, mini vibrator with Justin Hamner, classic champ. That I mean, that's some clickbaity titling,
Yeah,
but it's
it's good.
accurate. People will listen to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh!
I
All
will.
right, man.
We know
We're out
you'll
of here.
do it.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank y'all. It was fun.
Peace.
That was the best,
Oh
dude.
my
Gosh, dog it.
I'm
The
gonna
last.
pee my pants.
Like I did, when he said mini
face
vibrator,
hurts.
I literally didn't really know. Like,
I know you were quiet, so when you were quiet, I was like, "Oh, he doesn't know."
I'm a super
Yeah.
talker. You can put me in any situation. You could throw me in a room full of German people, and I'll like figure out how to make friends with somebody.
Yeah.
Not know a lick of German, but when this grown man who I like look up to so much in the world of fishing says, like a mini vibrator, I didn't even know how to like.
My face.
I didn't know how to,
hurts
like-
from smiling.
I didn't know how to respond. I didn't even know how to like take it in.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah,
so
that
far
was
away from
incredible.
responding. Like it was like 3 steps away from responding.
And the straight face with it. He just waited.
Yeah. And then I just and then I'm like vibrating jig. Does he mean like a chatterbait?
I
Like
love
I was trying.
chatterbaits.
Yeah, I love throwing jackhammer. Like I was so thrown off, but that was freaking awesome. What a
That's
cool
so
cat,
good.
dude.
Oh man.
What a cool cat.
Yeah.
And like the honesty that he spoke with, I feel like in the fishing world, I think it's more common perhaps than other industries.
Mm.
But I just feel like we've run into so many people while doing this podcast who, if they told you, I don't know, I make the best fried chicken you'd ever have, you'd be like, dude, they must. You like whatever they say, it just comes across so sincere that you believe them. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like Justin had that same vibe, like just real authentic, like not what's the word? Not pretentious
Or
not
prideful,
putting on like this vibe
Yeah.
that doesn't need to be there.
Mhm.
And I think that's so dope. I remember back in the day when I read Ike's book, Fishing on the Edge, and he talked about how when he got in the industry, it was like so many like prude and proper fishermen, and they all wore these shirts like buttoned and tucked in and blah, 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 blah. And then, that mold's been broken. Like you can just be you can be authentic, you can be sincere, you can be whatever. And he's got this vibe. And I respect the frick out of him, man. And I told it to him and I meant it. I'm going to be cheering for him this year on the elites. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I'm really looking forward to see what he can do this year to follow up last year, because not only is he like such a cool dude, such a nice guy, such a guy, like my gosh, my heart, when he said that thing about like that trophy's for me, everything else is for my family.
Mm.
Like wins the Super Bowl and that's his response. You know what I'm saying?
Don't make me cry again.
Gosh, that was just so
For real,
raw.
yeah, for
That was
real,
just so
yeah.
raw. But like
Jeez.
on top of all that mother effer was on a heater last year, boy.
Yeah.
Like speaking of baseball, like when a pitcher is pitching a no hitter, It's like everything he throws, the two seamer, the breaking stuff, the change of like everything he throws, it's like, oh my gosh, you might as well just not even go out there. Like this dude's like, that's how he was. I'm so excited to see what he does this year to follow that up, because I think for a lot of people, it'd be like this pressure, this like, I got to live up to last year. His vibe, it's not, I got to live up to last year. It's like, let me go fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How dope is that?
Without a doubt. Yeah, that's super rad. I'm really stoked to see some of the opportunities that kind of have come about from this whole winning the classic deal for him. Like that's going to be whether it's new baits or rods or whatever. Like I know just from talking to him, what he's going to do is going to be top tier. So
yeah,
I think
that's
that's going to be awesome.
And how cool is it too? No diss to Halo whatsoever. I think it was Mark LaFont who had a Halo rod that I played with once, and I'd heard of him, but I never really. And I was stoked on it. It felt really good. It was light, like like the layout was nice. The construction felt solid. But I don't really know a lot about Halo in general. But what I do know is that they're not G Loomis, they're not Shimano, they're not St. Croix or whoever else. And at this point, Justin could go fish with any rod he wants. I absolutely guarantee it. And he's like, I'm sticking with Halo. These are my people. I freaking love loyalty. I love it.
Yeah.
I love seeing it. I love knowing that like maybe he could make more money, or he could maybe even potentially, again, no diss to Halo, he might be able to fish with a higher quality, more technologically advanced rod. But he's like, these are my people. I love that.
Yep. Love it.
No doubt. Yeah. I just speaks. boy, oh boy. Just speaks to the credit.
Way. Oh my God. Sorry. We got to get Lee Livesey on here and I'll do it for him.
Oh, you won't. You won't.
I'm not scared of that dude. He's so far away.
I'm going to reach out tonight if you're going to.
Do it. Do it.
No, but I was just saying, it speaks to the character of that, exactly right. Like, man, it's just, that's awesome.
Yep. That's exactly it. It shows like, again, not to get all preachy and whatever, but in the Bible, it says out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. So whatever you got in here comes out of here, period. Whether it's some douche stuff or it's some good people stuff, whatever's in here comes out. It just does. And the fact that he is so loyal and the fact that he's so low key and whatever, that shows what's in his heart. And that's an awesome deal. So make sure if you're listening to this, you do check him out on the socials. It's all super easy. I don't know what it is on Facebook. I assume it's the same, but on Instagram and YouTube, it's just Justin Hamner Fishing. And that's it, man. That was awesome.
Super fun.
Yeah, really fun. So
heck yeah, good one.
Yeah, great one. So that's it, man. Appreciate you guys for listening.
What? Why are you? Positivity is worth the effort.
All right, hold on. Let's do it again. Let's back up. Flip, flop, skip, flip. What's that Missy song? Yeah,
that's almost it.
That was close, I feel like.
It wasn't.
I put my thing down, flip it, and then reverse it. And it's your thing. All right, so
positivity is worth the effort.
Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.